And now we have some Meowstic Kartana action on Pokebank Fridays. I cannot wait to see what happens. And that does bring up another good point about Pokemon Bank. Ultra Beasts. Ultra Beasts are now mixing in with the rest of the Pokemon. Like, there's going to be combos, there's going to be synergies, there's going to be counters. It's just going to be crazy to see if, like, the Ultra Beasts kind of shift around a bit depending on what we now have access to. And Kartana is going to have a very bad matchup into the Salazzle. So let's see what Meowstic can do for the Kartana right here. And that is going to be a Protect from the Kartana. Gotta stay safe when there's that much hate on the field. And Meowstic goes for the Light Screen, so reducing a little bit of damage right there. Now Light Screen does reduce by a third in double battles, so that Fire Blast will be protected. And wow, the double focus onto Kartana. Dang, that is some hate. And Meowstic goes for the Wonder Room. That is some new tech right there that I have not seen. So defense and special defense have been switched. And then that's going to be, oh, the Sludge Wave. So Sludge Wave kind of hitting a little bit of everyone right there. I don't think that worked out too well. The double Sludge Wave. Well, the opponent had a plan, but I don't think it did what it needed to. As Kartana goes for the Smart Strike. Ooh, that's going to be not enough. I thought that was going to be enough to dunk right there, but it is not enough. Kartana with the Protect again. So what is Meowstic going to do to keep safe? And then Salazzle with the Fire Blast going to get that Protect right there and Power Gem. So it's the first turn all over again after the double Sludge Wave and then Trick Room. Huh. I'm actually impressed right now that there's so much speed on the field that Kartana wants to be under that Trick Room, and Meowstic just used the outspeed for the side shot to take out Salazzle, and then Smart Strike on the Niligo. What just happened? Okay, we have more battles to check out too, so I can't wait to see like the full extent of this team. That's gonna be Kartana's attack going up, and Salamence comes out. And what other Pokemon is it going to be? The Tapu Lele. So Salamence, Tapu Lele, and then there's also going to be Kartana. I'm really confused by that Trick Room because it's going to make it harder on the Kartana against a team like this. Like, Kartana would be able to just straight up outspeed that Tapu Lele and absolutely wreck it. So we have Psychic Terrain right now. We have just anything could happen. So that's going to be the Mega Salamence. Now, Mega Salamence under Trick Room is where Kartana does have the advantage because now it outspeeds the Kartana. So it gets to do some other things. And then Wonder Room to reverse the defensive swap. So that way we're tankier against the Salamence. Tapu Lele throws down the Shadow Ball. And the Light Screen's still up. So Meowstic will be able to survive off that Light Screen. Special Defense drop doesn't really matter at this point. And then Kartana with that Smart Strike will still go for the Tapu Lele. So I guess if you get that Wonder Room down. And then you know that you're still going to be able to survive because you resist a lot of it. And then stuff happens. And then Light Screen. So Salamence with that Dragon Dance. Dragon Dancing in the Trick Room. Not the greatest idea. And unless it had like a Fire Blast or something, I don't really see it hurting the Kartana too much. Light Screen is going to wear off. And Kartana's now +2 against just the Salamence. And Meowstic will switch out right there. So that's just going to be the free GG as we go into the Staraptor. And this is one of those really weird situations where Trick Room just worked. And that's going to be Kartana with that Smart Strike. Salamence, though, refusing to take damage as we go into that Earthquake on the Kartana. Now, Kartana does have a high defense, so it will be able to tank that up even after the Dragon Dance. And is this Leftovers tank Kartana? Like, is there something I'm missing? Is this Kartana actually meant to be in a Trick Room because it doesn't have speed investment? Okay, looks like we need to go to the next battle to really figure out what happened. But Meowstic plus Kartana, we are developing something right now. It's getting crazy. Or maybe, just maybe, I could actually read the comment and all the responses and stuff. So needed Pokebank to come out. This is a fun strat. Kartana Leftovers, 252 hit points, 252 speed. Still has more attack? I'm really confused how it has enough attack to actually like get the attack boosting going through. And then Meowstic is going to be full hit points, full defense with that Light Screen, Wonder Room, Trick Room, and Size Shock. So let's go into this next battle. And yeah, I guess if the opponent is running like crazy over sweeping, you can still get it done with the Kartana just fine. And then it needs to snowball the attack. But if you have Wonder Room, Trick Room, make it to where you're only like it's almost like an Aegislash. That between the Wonder Room, Trick Room, you're only taking damage when you're like your most defensive prime, and the opponent's starting out very questionable with a full shiny team just like that. So first impression onto the Meowstic. Ow! But Meowstic looks to survive that. Alright, so that's going to be the light screen. Now covering for the Kartana, the Porygon too, going to go for that Ice Beam. Ice Beam will be neutral on the Kartana. Woo! Even with that Wonder Room though, pretty nasty stuff. And then Kartana with that Leaf Blade, critical hit. That will take down the Porygon just like that. And something tells me that the hit point speed might be a typo, because Porygon should not be outspeeding you. Either way, like that's what we have. So leftovers gonna be a little bit right there as we go into the Toxapex. We have the attack boost. We have the hacked team for the opponent. And Toxapex, ooh, setting up that Baneful Bunker, going to try to buy itself a turn right there as Kartana goes for the Synthesis. It's actually Tank Kartana in doubles. It's actually a Tank Kartana. Like, I'm very confused. I am very confused is really all I can say, and the Leech Life is going to dumpster the Meowstic right there. Kartana has like a 130 on the defense. Or not, its defense isn't that high, is it? 131 defense, 181 attack, 109. Oh, wow. Okay, so Kartana does have the 181 attack. So even if you go full speed investment and not on the attack, you're still able to have enough to get your attack boosting on the Kartana. What is going on right here? So Tapu Koko has that taunt support, going to start shutting down on the Toxapex. Kartana's also going to Leaf Blade it for a solid amount of damage, but not enough to like really threaten it. And then that is going to be a Leech Life onto the Kartana. So yeah, like Wonder Room and then Light Screen and all that other crazy stuff is going to make Kartana like weak defensively, and then has Synthesis. It only has 59 on the hit points. Like, what is this Kartana? I'd imagine things start getting rough after you lose the Meowstic. At the same time, it's still putting in a surprising amount of work right now. So Kartana going to use that Leaf Blade on Golisopod. Solid hit, and it's going to force the emergency exit as Tapu Koko takes down the Toxapex. Metagross comes in, and then we also have to bring in the Golisopod again. So that's going to be leftovers, sealing up the Kartana. Unfortunately, can't really make use of this electric terrain as we go into the Golisopod right there. Yeah, the opponent definitely hacking. And now we can see Metagross. It's going to be the Mega Metagross. I don't know what it can do, but Golisopod probably go like first impression. That's going to take out the Kartana. And then it's just cleanup duty from there. But Tapu Koko has the advantage. Taunt on the Mega Metagross just in case it wants to go for like Protect at some point later. Metagross with that Earthquake though, going to be big damage onto everyone. Even going to tag Golisopod, but I don't think Golisopod cares. Tapu Koko will survive. Kartana doing all right, and then that's going to be the Leaf Blade. So on Golisopod just going to go down right there. I guess it is speed Kartana, and then just enough is happening, and maybe that was Scarf Ice Beam on the Porygon. I'm really still trying to figure this out because it breaks everything I understand about the game. And I guess it makes sense. Like, if you're putting your EVs somewhere, you might as well put them in the hit points because your attack is so high, and after one Beast Boost, you're killing everything anyways. And you're getting, like, 15% more damage, if that, out of, like, not having max attack. Maybe Adamant Nature, then it doesn't really matter after that. So we're going to Protect on the Kartana, and now it's up to Silvally to save the day. What's Silvally going to do? Well, it's going to take up that Earthquake really well for starters, because split damage and doubles. Silvally absurdly tanky. And then leftovers giving Kartana a bit more healing right there. And Metagross going to go for the Hammer Arm. Hammer Arm onto Silvally. Oh no, not Silvally, the Kartana. I mean, it's a lose-lose situation. You hit Silvally, and then Kartana shreds you with a Night Slash. And then Silvally also has a Z move. Forget about the memories. Is that Z Shadow Claw? Replace. Oh, Z Memento. What? Parting Shot. Parting Shot. Yeah, not Memento. Parting Shot. Shouts profanities. Doing things. And then Tapu Koko. Alright, so Tapu Koko switch into the Z Parting. Z Parting Shot doubles. I didn't think that would happen. and then getting the restoration. And then, yeah. Now Tapu Koko's just ready to win. And then Silvally comes back out because it is a double battle. And now we have reduced speed on the Metagross. It's just not looking good from here. Tapu Koko, outspeed Thunderbolt. Is that just going to be enough to end it right now? No, Metagross too tanky. Silvally has the Thunder Wave though, just to make sure we don't get anything done for this Metagross. So that is a support Silvally, guys. We are living in an era of support Silvally and tank Kartana because of Pokemon Bank. Earthquake hits big, not big enough, and then the next turn gonna pretty much be the same thing. Metagross is gonna go down to Thunderbolt plus whatever Silvally wants to do. It's like no flamethrower fire coverage, but it does have the crunch, so there's gonna be a super effective hit, and Metagross will go down. That Metagross hung in there longer than it had any right to, but between the Z parting shot and the extra damage coming in from Tapu Koko, that ended it right there. So let's go into one more battle. Craziness. Now, one thing we're going to see a lot of again because of Pokemon Bank are those full legend, well, not full legendary teams, but you know, we're going to see a lot of the Rayquaza, we're going to see the Mewtwo again. So yeah, let's see how this goes with the Kartana. Like, Ultra Beast playing with legendaries is going to be very interesting because like Ultra Beast are the unbalanced-ish kind of not, yeah, like I feel legendaries are more balanced, that they don't have absurd of one stat that's just going to dominate, but Ultra Beasts, they have like their extreme highs and also a lot of weakness at the same time. So we're going to see how this works out as we go into the Meowstic Kartana. So Reuniclus and the Toucannon going to start heating up its beak. Meowstic with that light screen going to go and have some fun right there. So special defense going to be up. Kartana with that Leaf Blade going to go for a good amount of damage on the Reuniclus, and that's a Dizzy Punch. And then that's a Beak Blast. Okay, so Meowstic will take that hit pretty well. As we can see, Toucannon's going to protect this turn. Doesn't want to have Kartana do anything crazy to it. And then Kartana is going to go for that Smart Strike onto the Reuniclus, and that will be enough to end it right there just like that. So no Trick Room. But then we're going to go into like Mewtwo and all kinds of other fun stuff. So Kartana's attack is going to go up. Meowstic is going to go for that Side Shock right there. Toucannon will protect from the damage as we get into the Mewtwo. What is Mewtwo going to do is the question, guys. Is it going to... Oh, wait. Did that say on Nerf? Ooh, that might already be a transfer Mewtwo. Interesting. So, yeah, that's another thing. Like, a Nerf Mewtwo used to be, oh, that's the hacked one. But now you don't even know anymore. So, Thunderbolt onto Meowstic. Gonna be a little bit of damage right there. Meowstic with that Side Shock going to hit the Toucannon. A little bit of damage right there. And the Beak Blast will be protected by the Kartana. I want to see how much damage a tank Kartana would take from a Beast Blast. I am very interested in that one. So, Mewtwo going to protect itself. Toucannon double protecting right there. Oh, man, look at these back and forth turns. Meowstic gets that Wonder Room, though, so Kartana feels safe. And then Kartana's attack is going to get, you know, just kind of stopped out. So Kartana's Leaf Blade not going to be able to do anything to the Mewtwo. Meowstic will return right there, and then we are going into Tapu Koko. Actually, I just realized we don't have Night Slash on this Kartana. It's Double Stab, Protect, and Synthesis. Okay. Ooh, the Electric Terrain with the Tapu Koko versus a Mewtwo. That's something new right there as Kartana goes for that Protect. Also, Mewtwo can't have the Mega Stone. Man, 7th Gen is weird the more you like think about it. It's like, oh, you can't have like Mega Mewtwo into some craziness. Thunderbolt going to be resisted, but we'll have that boosted damage. And Kartana will protect itself. Slide Screen's going to wear off. More damage for the opponent. As we see the Beak Blast. Man, the Toucannon just sitting on that Beak Blast the whole time. But the Thunderbolt will be way too much for the Toucannon to deal with. Electric Terrain, outspeeding. It's a little bird right there. And then the Leaf Blade finally connects on the Mewtwo. And that will not be enough to KO. But we will see. Is that going to be a Big Berry? That's a Big Berry right there. The Guave Berry. As Mewtwo converts over to the Side Strike. Yo. Side Strike looks sick. Side Strike looks like the mini Z version of Mew's move. That's kind of awesome. And then it's going to be the Rayquaza. Are we going to get the Mega Rayquaza involved as well? So yeah, it's going to be Mega Rayquaza. We have the Mewtwo. It was not enough damage to KO the Tapu Koko, so that's going to be a lot of problems. And then we're going to see how this works out. The Air Current, I don't really think changes too much. The Delta Stream. That looks disgusting, though. Like, what are these graphics? I I feel like there's some kind of, oh my goodness, seizure warning, guys. I have no idea what is going on. The screen is messy right now. I wonder if there's like layers and like some kind of masking issue, or if Delta Stream, I don't know. Like, they just do not play nice, do they? So I can't even see anything. There's a Dragon's Ascent. There's some other moves happening. Tapu Koko went down. Silvali's out. Kartana will not survive the Dragon's Ascent from the Rayquaza, though. You can be as tanky. Oh, the Wonder Room. The Wonder Room is what mixed it up. I was about to say you can be as tanky as you want, but it's not going to happen right there. And the Wonder Room kind of screwing over the Kartana right there. So that's what I mean. When Meowstic isn't on the field, it gets a little weird. But that's going to be the Z party. Oh, wait, no. He does. Oh, never mind. He didn't. Tapu Koko didn't go down. I can't tell with all the graphics. So that's what he does. He waits for Tapu Koko to get low, brings in the Silvally, uses Silvally to rebounce out, and then refresh the Tapu Koko. I mean, that's a fair strat. And I guess if the opportunity arises for the Kartana, you can take that as well. And Wonder Room is still in effect. I don't know how that really works for Tapu Koko, Meowstic, or the Silvally, because they have really balanced defenses. But it's something. And then that is going to be Tapu Koko being healed up by the Z power. And Rayquaza with the Shadow Claw. Ooh, Shadow Claw tech on a Meowstic will be enough to take it down. So the Rayquaza is holding its own here at the end. Did it say the... Was it that one? I was like, was that the Electric Terrain or the Wonder Room? I guess that was the Wonder Room returning to normal. And the opponent going to forfeit on that Silvally right there. I guess just realizing it has the reduced defenses. So Silvally uses an attack, and then Tapu Koko uses an attack, and it's done. So 2v1, in the end, just kind of ending right there. And then the weirdness of that battle, but Tank Kartana! How is Tank Kartana a thing? How is it working so well? I'm very confused. I'm trying to rationalize this, because, like, yeah, you have a 58, well, actually, it has 131 defense, so you have a, like, 59 or whatever on the hit points. Very tanky defensive or special defense Pokemon. Has a lot of damage. It lacks sustain. Meowstic gives it the Wonder Room or the Light Screen, and then it just snowballs damage and eventually kills things. Alright, so that's the battle right there. Hope you guys enjoyed this battle, and we'll get into some more Fan Fridays in a bit.